I would recommend that everyone goes and watches the World War II documentary on Netflix. There's two of them.
Which one is it?
There's two of them that Netflix made. Mine that I like is the one with the male narrator. The other one has a female narrator, and that's not why I don't like it, but
it plays into the...
That's an easy distinction to make, because their names are like the same, basically.
Is it World War II in color?
That's the one I like, but then the other one is just that with like a subtitle. It's like Road to... I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They both are like the same and then
There's
have different
10
subtitles.
World War II docs on there.
But made by Netflix.
Okay.
Not just on Netflix.
Okay.
But the Stalingrad episode is fucking amazing. Oh, it's...
What's Stalin? That was
city in Russia.
City in Russia, named after Stalin.
Yes.
The extent of my knowledge is Call of Duty 1.
And
Finest hour.
it's named that because in the Russian Civil War, that's where Stalin won.
Okay.
So it's like a fucking point of pride.
This is after they took out the czars. Or no?
Well, yeah, right?
I don't know. What's the, I guess, yeah. Yeah, Russian Civil War, that makes sense. You're killing all those people. Yeah.
And now communism.
Yes.
So communism's hot.
It's hot right now.
Hitler hates that shit, which we're not going to compliment Hitler. We're not going to talk about that.
He's on a different thing.
But same thing with what we're just saying. You can compliment someone for one good thing they do. You go, yeah, hey, glad.
Good thing you didn't like communism.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
Fascism is better.
I don't know about that. I'm uneducated about that. All I know about the forms of government is there was like one class about it.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, so fascism's Nazis, communists is China, and we're the perfect democracy. We're the Greeks and the Romans and beautiful.
And the Brits are gay with their king.
Yeah. They did colonialism, and they got for it. So I watched the Stalingrad thing, and I took some notes I wanted to highlight. Obviously, go watch the documentary. It'll be much cooler and watching them shoot fucking rockets and planes and shit at each other. But just to drive people there, this is apparently this is the bloodiest battle of World War II.
I've heard that. I've heard of that. Like 100,000 people die or some shit.
So much more.
Really?
So many more people die.
It's the meat grinder.
That's what a guy called it. Yeah. So Hitler signs a deal with Russia saying they're not gonna fight, because he just wants to go west. So he's like, we're not even worried about you guys. And then very soon after, he's like, fuck it.
We're going
war on Russia.
Fuck them.
Yeah. And it also, from the way they talk about it, I don't know if Hitler's like the first world leader to not honor his word. Because everyone else is like, I guess prior to this, people are just like, he said he wouldn't, and then he does it anyway. And they're like, what?
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah. So he keeps doing it, and then Russia's like, oh, he says he's not going to fight us. And the other countries are like, bro, he says things, and he does not honor them.
Yeah, don't listen to him.
So
he says he ain't killing Jews.
Hitler goes and fucks up, like, France, the Netherlands, 2 other places. I mean, he just makes mincemeat out of them. Like,
he's heading west.
Blitzkrieged their way through. No, east. To Russia.
Oh. Well, France, the other.
They fuck up France, but I'm saying... Once they like get that area,
figure that area out,
he was like,
we gotta expand now, baby.
Yeah, keep going that way.
Going into Africa.
So he fucks Russia up bad up until Moscow. He gets all the way up to Moscow, then they kind of hold him there. He's like, all right. Then they see the Caucasus Mountains, and they know that's where all the oil reserves are at. So they're like, hey, while we're, at a standstill over here, let's send some troops down that way, get this oil. As in the war room back in Germany, as they're planning this, Hitler sees on the map very close to the Caucasus Mountains is Stalingrad. And he goes, wouldn't it be a delightful blow
to own this?
To go, oh, your leader's the city named after your leader? We took it like it was nothing.
Yeah.
So he goes, hey, on your way down there, keep sending some people for the oil. Send half of those guys to Stalingrad to fuck them up. Stalin is mad as hell that his troops have been getting like butt fucked basically by Germany. So they're big on communism, but he puts a hold on the communism talk, and he gets people fucking hyped. on patriotism again. He goes, we need to defend the motherland, Mother Russia. These German invaders have, and Germans have this like terrible track record of like every time they invade a place and occupy it, they're like being very not nice to people.
Yeah.
That goes unspoken.
100%.
So he gets people fucking hyped on like, this is the motherland. You're going to let this invasion, this foreign force come in. Germany also looks at the Russians as like animals.
Yeah.
The Slavic people to Germans are like, I don't know how they didn't, if there's just too many of them to Holocaust them.
Yeah.
But from the sound of it, they were like, well, yeah, they're not real people. They literally, they're like, they don't know how to think good.
They're not good. They live out there in Siberia. They don't know what's happening.
So Stalin gets people hyped. He goes, men, women, and children, everybody's going to come out and fight. They start digging trenches so the tanks can't go through. They start burning their fucking homes and food supplies and stuff.
In Stalingrad?
Yeah, in the outer, like on the way to Stalingrad. So that way Germany has nothing that they can use as resources. There's no house they can stay in. There's no food supplies that they can take over. They burn everything.
The Russians?
The Russians. They burn their own shit so that Germany can't have it.
That's wild.
How fucking sick is that?
I mean, that's crazy.
It is crazy, but it was necessary, and they did it. It's fucking nuts.
Did the Germans take Stalingrad?
I want to skip to the end. It's the whole thing. So now Germany's all set up. All the people outside Stalingrad have been condensed into the city. They burned everything outside of it. They think Germany's about to like come storm the gate or whatever.
Yeah.
600 planes dropped 1,000 tons of bombs on the city.
German?
Yeah.
The Germans came in and dropped the bombs.
On Stalingrad. The people were still going about their days in the city. Kids were going to school. People were like living their lives.
Yeah.
1,000 tons of bombs leveled the city.
Yeah.
People start trying to get out, and Stalin goes, no, you have to stay there. The Navy, the only way out is by river. It's on the river town. The Navy can only handle getting food in and out of there and getting the injured in and out. It can't handle taking all the survivors out.
Yeah, you can't. We can't house all these civilians. We just burn the city down. This is also what they did to England, right? The bombings.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's terrifying.
It's fucking nuts. But they make it sound like usually there was some type of heads up, or so they had no heads up. Like people were still kind of going about their day.
They just flew in and fucking did it.
600 planes. Which, imagine the sky going dark and you think like a cloud's rolling in, and then it's 600 fucking plane. Yeah. One thing I wanted to note that I thought was annoying about the documentary, it starts talking about how all these Russian women are fighting
They
the war.
hung on the women. I was just
You're
about
like,
to say
cool.
this.
But they can't just say, like, it was good that they fought, like, because that usually doesn't happen. They go, well, the women were really good at being a sniper, because the two things you need to be a sniper is patience and precision. That's two things that women have. And it's like, lady, why are you going to make me be a fucking
Yeah, why you
animal?
make me be an asshole?
You've never met a woman that's impatient? Like, we're going to make a blanket statement, women are patient?
Have you seen American Sniper?
Yeah. Yeah, if they're so built for it, how come we haven't?
Yeah, why is every scout sniper movie a fucking male movie of brotherhood?
So despite all these women fighting, the Germans are like, wow, we're right. These people are disgusting. We would never let our women fight.
Yeah.
So it's this weird thing where
So
it gets the Russians pumped that like everyone's coming out to fight, but the Germans are also like, see, this is why we have to exterminate
we
you.
have to go through here.
Yeah. So Stalin tells them that if
But he's
Stalingrad...
probably just running out of people at this point.
No, not yet. Later. Stalin tells the people that if Stalingrad falls, there's no land behind them. That's like a phrase in Russian, I guess. He starts saying, like, there's nothing behind you, no land behind you. So this is the last stand.
Meaning,
So
like, if this city falls, like, you can't go anywhere else.
technically,
You're gonna die.
Moscow's still there, but I guess he's saying, like, but then if the German forces that are split up here converge on Moscow, we'd be fucked. So He's like, this is the last stand. So it gets everyone into the mindset of like, it's worth dying for here. Like, it's not like a regular battle. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
They bombed the city so fucking badly that the tanks couldn't even get around good. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot, Germans did, by not being able to get their tanks out. The Nazis took the train station. They had the high ground. Like, everything's pointing to, like, this is going to be, a quick little something. Russia puts a new general in charge, General Choikov. Everything changes. He'd fought the Germans in other battles, and he knew that they liked to do that blitzkrieg shit where they attack from far away with either planes or artillery. Then they send in the tanks. Then they send in the men.
They come in like a pointed arrow.
They come in. They strike fast and hard.
Through.
And he has the perfect counter plan. He goes, we will take their space away. Which is this is what gets fucked up. Like, people in fighting read The Art of War and think it's going to transfer. And most of it doesn't, but some of it does. And that shit like this is what transfers from, like, person-to-person fighting and war. Hicks and Gracie always used to say, in jiu-jitsu, space is no good. And this is the Russian version of that. He goes, hug them at all times. Because if you're right on top of their ass, they can't use planes. They can't use artillery. They can't use tanks. If you're just on their fucking ass the whole time, they got to fight you man on man. So he broke his army down into little battalions and is running around the city. Urban warfare. Literally like groups of like 3 to 5 running around. People were in the same building, shooting from room to room at each other.
This is the mission in Call of Duty Finest Hour. The first mission.
Dude, urban warfare. So
wasn't that all of World War II, though?
World War I was the trench warfare shit that everyone talks about.
Yeah, but all of World War II was like in a city. Right?
But I guess most of it's just like they fuck them up and then they surrender. It doesn't get to this point usually. It's fighting in a city, but it's like we bomb the shit out of you and then they go, whoa, we don't want no mess. For the most part, I guess.
And then they come and just occupy it.
Yeah, and then they just occupy. Versus this is like they didn't surrender. Yeah, this is them still. They keep advancing their way through the city. They're taking over a little bit.
Civilians fighting.
Both. It's everybody. So they have the soldiers there, but then it's also like all hands on deck also, yeah.
That would suck to live in a country like that. I guess if it happened here, you'd have to.
Well, they raised it to 40 or whatever and for the draft, right?
Yeah. But what are you going to do if someone invades fucking Chicago? What the fuck? They start making their way this way. It's like,
well, that's what it is. It's like, yeah, the guy tells them you can't leave, but what's your other option? How are you going to leave?
Yeah.
It's not like you had much of a choice.
Especially when your leader is like, yeah, no, you can't. If you leave, we're gonna kill you. Mm-hmm. Like there's no good.
Well, the Russians thing was if you leave, we're all gonna die, and the Germans things was if you can't leave, I would rather you die an honorable death for the fatherland than embarrass us by retreating.
Yes.
Not that they have to retreat yet. They're doing good. It's taking longer than expected because of the tactics, but they're still pushing them back deeper into the city. They're taking over more and more. Germany called it the Rats' War because of all like the tunnels and like little scurrying around.
Yeah.
So it was noted that if Stalingrad didn't have that name, Germany could have just gone down the river a little bit and attacked an easier town, and then they would have had control of the river still. They didn't need to like
take that one.
Take it to this particular city.
It's an ego thing.
Completely an ego thing. So now, as the battle tactics develop, snipers begin to dominate because it's everyone just hold up, and then the second they pop out to go run to the next thing, pink mist. As you said before, they called the city a meat grinder because it was just a matter of like feeding people into it. They said that once a soldier entered the city, their lifespan was 1 day.
That's crazy.
Isn't that fucking nuts?
I remember my grandpa telling me when I was playing Call of Duty, and I was driving a little tank, and he goes, you know what the life expectancy in a tank was in World War II? I go, how long? He goes, 45 minutes. I go, really? I go, why would you want to be a tank guy then? I'm like...
No one was asking what you wanted. So yeah, you get sent to this place, and like, oh, I got a day.
Well, that's just how the Russians fight to begin with. I feel like they do that now, like... That's what Putin's doing.
You just throw numbers
It's like,
at
fuck
shit.
it. Fuck, hey, go get them, boys.
They said German machine guns would literally like just mow down like a row of Russians. Germany had like 95% of the city. And then winter.
That's what got Napoleon. The winter comes in.
The Russian cold.
They don't know how to deal with it.
It was also stated that a lot of that's like German propaganda saying that the only reason we lost is because it got so cold. And apparently they were like, well, no, the Russians were doing some shit either way. Like, it's a big factor, but it's not like the Russians just got lucky.
Yeah.
So now the Germans are freezing, and as they keep getting further and further into Russia, they keep getting further and further away from Germany. So the supplies take longer and longer to get there. Now that the winter hits, they take even longer and longer to get there. Where every other place they had been, they didn't need the supply chain as much because they could just take the resources that were there. There were no resources because Russia burned them all. Yeah. So their strategy made sense, as crazy as it seemed at first. So the Russians, like, now that the Germans are kind of like, you know, they're still fighting, but it's a little bit on hold. Like, it's a lot of correspondence back to Germany and seeing, like, how are you sending more shit, or should we chill for a minute? The Russians go on the offensive for the first time. They had 1 million soldiers relocated from around Russia and sent to Stalingrad in secret. And some of the German officers from around these places had noticed weird troop movement, and they sent word back to Germany. But again, like no one's paying attention to that other shit right now.
Like, who gives a fuck?
But then it comes out that this is where they show up at Stalingrad, and they're kind of like, ah, fuck, like we should have listened. So this million fucking Russian army,
the million-man march,
the Ruskies, they flank them and they circle them because the people that are at the back, all the good shit's at the front that they're, you said, barreling their way through. All the armies are in the back, or like the Italian and Romanian armies that are just kind of like there to help.
Hey,
so we're
holding a line.
They get fucked real quick by this. And the Russians are coming in with, like, they've had time to make some tanks. They have planes now.
And now you're surrounded.
They get them surrounded. Germans are airdropping in supplies and stuff. They said they would need... There's 300,000 Germans trapped. They said they would need 800 tons of food a day to feed that many people, and they were only getting in 10 to 15 tons a day. So people are, like, starting to starve. They're starting to freeze. In this fucking documentary, the camera pans across, and it's just, like, people frozen.
Yeah. That's what I remember in the World War II book. World War, the banking book. Mm-hmm. They talk about Napoleon invading Russia. And he was making tremendous progress on the winter hit. And they were like, fuck. We're used to a nice French countryside. We're not used to fucking Siberia.
Bro, because in Germany it gets cold, I'm sure. Snows or whatever. The Russian winter.
Yeah. Damn near the Arctic.
So now that Russia has planes and shit, that Air Force that's dropping the 10 to 15 tons, even that's getting limited now, because now Russia can fuck them up in the air a little bit too. Another faction of a German army gets close to them to try to, like, break them out, but the Russians halt them. I think they said, like, 40 miles away. So the Germans that are trapped have two options where they're like, we can either surrender, or we can, like, try to fight our way out to get to those supplies and stuff, refuel, resupply, and then we can all go back and fuck them up. But Hitler's like, no, can't take a backward step. It'll look bad. Those are Slavs. We don't take backward steps to Slavs.
No.
So
it's a game of race.
And the guy that's leading the Germans in that battalion or whatever you call it, he's like a yes man for Hitler. So even though he knows, like, we're not going to win this.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, Hitler says stay, we'll stay. Eventually Hitler, for his loyalty, promotes him to field marshal. And he says something like he knows he'll do the right thing and stay to fight, but it's so bad now to where that person realizes, like, staying is suicide.
Yeah.
And I'm a Christian, so I'm not going to kill myself. So he walks out and he surrenders. And that is
They
like the
kill
turning point of World War II, because it's the first time the Germans got turned back. Not only lost, but like kind of they got outsmarted, they got outthought, however you want to say it. They got a little bit humiliated.
So who surrendered? That general guy?
That German guy, yeah. Because he knew that they had like missed their window to fight out to get to that other army. So now it got to the point where we're literally going to just shoot the last of our bullets at them, and then they're going to come in and kill us all. Yeah. So he just surrendered because he's like, I'm not going to.
And if he surrenders, the whole platoon surrenders or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That whole army surrenders. It's not like he's
the 90,000 Nazis that were left surrendered, I guess. And then
killing Nazis.
He said only 5,000 made it back to Germany.
So they killed just 85,000?
No, I don't know if that means that like on their way back they were kept dying because everyone was so fucked up. Because everyone was like frostbit and starving and shit.
I bet they fucking...
It says 1 million Russians died and 800,000 Axis powers people died. So damn near 2 million people died.
Well, you remember that like graph they show of like World War II as a whole, where it's like these are the Americans, the Germans, the French, and they go through everything, and then they're like, this is all of them together. This is all of them together plus civilians that died. And it's like here, and then it's like, and then here's how many Russians died.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So the Germans lost Stalingrad.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's like the turning point of the war. That's the first time they get turned back.
What year is that?
I think they said like 42, and it's like right before Pearl Harbor. So whenever that is. I think it's right, but the Pearl Harbor was the next episode, so I assume so.
I see. Yeah, they were popping them off. They were like, surrender. It's like, what? We barely got enough food for us. How the fuck are we going to take you back to Moscow?
I wonder if I wonder if Hitler was like, yeah, Japan, go take it to those Americans. We'll have Russia fucked up in no time.
Yeah.
So then Japan sends like the biggest fleet of ships ever to invade us. And then in the meantime, while they're doing that, Russia actually fucks up Germany. So I wonder if Hitler's like, hey, maybe put the attack on America on hold. And like as he's calling to tell them that, they're kamikazeing us. And it's like, fuck.
We fucked up.
Shit. We bit off more than we could chew.
It's funny to think about because like I remember in the one World War II die, they were talking about the Americans on D-Day, and they were like, yeah, these Germans were surrendering, but like we had to push, like we had to keep going. So like we just fucking shot them. We're not taking surrender. Like we can't like for me to say, like for you guys to surrender, I gotta have half my team bring you guys back. Like we gotta fucking move, man. Like you guys, like we're not dealing with this shit.
I feel like also we're not like used to war in the same way. We're down for war.
Yeah.
But as far, like maybe it's just not in our, like they have all those rules and shit like, oh, I surrender. And they just bring them back to the other country's camp or whatever the fuck. Where we're like
camp,
bro, you made us come over here to fight. We're fighting now.
Yeah,
we're shooting you into the death.
Yeah, we got nothing here. That's why that Saving Private Ryan scene's so good. And like they come out and they're surrendering. The guy's like, what are they saying? He's like, they just fucking shoot these people. And it's like, oh my God.
I watched the bear juice scene again from Inglourious Bastards.
I watched that movie yesterday.
Hey, what's it on?
Paramount.
I don't get it.
It's good, man. It's so good.
I watched it when it first came out, and I didn't think I really liked it, but I don't get it.
The dialogue scenes are fucking masterful.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was lost on me.
It's incredible. Yeah, you watch this shit. It's like, I don't know. It's just like it's good. Christoph Waltz is so good. Plays that Nazi guy.
In the bear juice scene, he beats the fuck out of him with the bat, and then they turn to the other two guys, and the one dude like gets up to run away, and they just shoot him immediately.
Like, God damn it! Bring him over here alive.
English
9. And he's like, they're like, I want you to point out wherever these people are. He goes, they're coming this way. They're faced this way.
I want you to tell that old son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, what's he saying? He's like, now if you tell them that you told us all what you told, they're gonna kill you. So here's what you're gonna do. We let you go as a message. No, I love knowing he's like, when this war's over, you go home to your family. What are you gonna do with that German uniform? He said he's gonna burn it. We don't like that. We like our Nazis in uniforms. He goes, but I understand that, you can't wear the uniform all the time. I get that. So I'm going to give you a little something you can't take off. He fucking carves that swastika on his head.
It's very funny that Brad Pitt would do that.
Oh, it's so good.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he plays a Jew from Tennessee or some shit.
You know the country Jews don't take kindly.
No. What's he do? He hits him with the bat and he's like, and he knocks it out of the fucking park.
I hate that.
What?
I hate that he's like, oh yeah, Fenway goes crazy.
Yeah, Fenway goes crazy. I think he's from Brooklyn.
But he would be from Boston if he said
Boston,
Fenway went crazy.
Fenway goes fucking crazy.
He hit that one out of the park.
Yeah, you don't like that?
No.
I thought it was funny.
I like every second of it right before that.
Really?
And then
what is it about that you don't like?
It's like cartoonish. It's like two different tones I don't like.
Oh, okay. You want him to stay serious.
I don't mind the change of tones. I don't mind that specific vibe. I don't like. Just I don't know. Like you just killed this guy. Their whole thing is supposed to be that like the Nazis are killing people and that's wrong, and so they kill Nazis.
Well, they enjoy killing Nazis.
They enjoy killing Nazis.
They're scalping them.
I could understand that scene more if you'd seen them kill a bunch of Nazis already. But that's the first one we see, I think, right? That they kill, at least like graphically like that.
Maybe they kind of do like some backstories of them lead up to that conversation. So they'd be like, "That's so and so." Then they show him killing a bunch of Nazis. And they're like, "And then that's so and so. He's a German guard, and he defected. And he killed 15 Nazi officers."
I don't know. It just seems weird, like performative almost. Like, because if you're killing Nazis all the time, like you yell every time, you act like you're playing baseball every time. It just seemed like, I don't know.
Yeah. Because I know
beat him to death with the baseball bat.
Like,
get off on it.
Well, that's the thing. I think that's the thing because they're like, this is our only form of entertainment. I think that's when they're like the most hyped.
I guess. I don't know. It just seems like such a.
Seems forced.
Like I said, I could understand if all of them were joking around about it, being like, "Look at his fucking, he's so scared." I can understand all of that, but just him being like, "Knocks it out of the fucking park." Like you were that. Maybe it's just war does that to your brain also, and not judging people in like regular circumstance, but just feels hard to reconcile. Like your brain would be able to bash someone's head in with a baseball bat, and then 2 seconds later be like, "Yeah."
I mean, if it's your 50th time doing it.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe it is just a matter of like war doing that to you.
Desensitized or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe if you'd like been with him for a minute longer, so you got to see like how it got there. But I just always remember seeing that scene like singularly. So maybe I'm lacking context.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
I only saw the movie once. I've seen that scene probably 10 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. There's a bunch of good scenes in that movie like that. You're like, oh, that was fucking good.
You want to hear about my job interview?
Sure.
It went fine. And then at the end, she goes, "I have one more question."
Are you black or Hispanic?
It was a video call.
Okay.
So she was just like, "You're not one of those white Mexicans, are you?"
No.
No.
Dear God, no.
That's the real ice.
She asked if you smoked weed?
No. What, based on my resume? Well, here's the other thing. I don't know if this is a question she asks everybody or if this was a special question for me and my resume.
Yeah.
She goes, "I got one more question. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?"
Oh, God.
I go, "God damn it."
Would you say flying?
Spent 30 minutes being a nice fucking asshole.
Just say flying.
Obviously, I should have just said, "Oh, flying."
Yeah.
But instead, I sat there for 4 minutes. I go, "Whoa,
God.
wow."
Are you serious?
I sat there for a minute, and I go,
"Who gives a fuck? We say flying."
I wanted to pick something that wasn't a movie, but all. It's such a fine line, Mark. I wanted to say some name that she would recognize, but I also didn't want to say a name that has been popularized by the movie. If I say Thanos, she's going to think I'm a movie faggot. Not that matters in real life. I don't think she would
think any of that.
Obviously, but
she's asking this as
I'm crazy.
This is a fun question at the end where they're like, "Now let's not make this serious. Would you rather fly or do you want super speed?"
Well, I'm hoping she
She's not
asked that
gonna
to
know.
everybody.
She's not going to know who any of these fucking people
I
are.
said Silver Surfer, and she goes, "Okay." I would pick teleportation.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for.
Yes.
They want a skill.
Right. They said, but what this bitch doesn't realize is that Silver Surfer flies at the speed of light damn near. So I'm basically also teleporting. Plus I have the power cosmic, and I'm invulnerable. Damn near.
You say you want to fly.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I was so fucking mad.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Answer every question. Like, how would you handle this situation? Oh, I would do this. Oh, you know, my strategy for all that shit I handle.
Did she ask why you picked that? And then you had to go into
I don't even know. I was a blur, bro.
That's crazy.
I was just like, man, why are you doing this to me?
I would 2 seconds. I've been
What if I say Hulk, I'm insecure and I have a small penis because I want to be big and strong? Oh, what? If I say Flash, it's because I come quick and I need to be able to fucking...
I don't think anybody thinks of that. I know, she's some lady that like, I would like to teleport places.
Oh, if I'm Batman, I'm gay and I'm in the club. Oh, if I'm Superman, I'm a Republican. Like, there just seemed like no right answer.
Well, you're not asking for a hero.
I don't even remember if that's what she said. If she
power.
asked for a hero or a power. Because I think she phrased it as whose powers would you have? Like, not what power, but whose power. So that's what I'm like, well...
Dash from Incredibles.
I started saying, like, well... I would try to pick a character that has, you know, multiple powers to try to double dip, you know. But then I didn't want... It was a black lady, so I'm like, I can't say Superman. She'll think I'm racist.
And you can't say Black Panther.
Because then it'll look like I'm
You
pandering.
should have picked Black Panther. That would have been funny.
And then I go on to Edge. She goes, oh, yeah, my nephew likes it. It's like, yeah, well, has he read Jungle Action by Don McGregor? No, I don't think so. He doesn't know about real Killmonger.
Yeah.
And make a fool of myself.
That's crazy behavior.
Tell me if your nephew knows who Don McGregor is.
That's crazy behavior. Hey, sits there for 5 minutes. This is the easiest question anybody's had to have.
I know. That's why it fucked my whole day up. I was like, God damn it.
What kind of superpower would you have? Probably super speed, just because you'd be able to get places quick.
That is true. You'd have a lot of time left over in your work day.
Yeah, I would. That is true. Hey, anyways, this was great talking to you. That's how fast that's how fast that question's supposed to go.
Well, I think about it a lot, and the answer changes a lot. So I don't. How much time do you have? Idiot. You see what that fucking idiot James Gunn said?
No, I heard the superhero movie is incredible.
Superman. I'm gonna go see it Thursday, probably.
Where? Who with who?
Probably my brother and sister.
Oh, okay.
Why do you want to come?
I was gonna ask if you wanted to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's okay.
I'll tell you when we're going if you want to tag along.
It's okay. I really don't want it. I don't really care.
I wouldn't think that you would. That'd be the weirdest superhero. Like,
really?
Of all superhero movies?
I hear it's the movie. I've been reading. This is the movie that is the best movie DC's put out in forever.
And you know why everyone's saying that? Because James Gunn did what I've been saying people need to do for years and make it an actual comic book movie and not make it fucking...
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they have Crypto the dog, and it's like a fun comic book movie is what everyone says. Fun being at the forefront and not fucking, oh, it was so cool because it was like dark.
Yeah.
It's so cool because like, Superman was like frowning and Batman was like, oh, I'm sad.
Well, it's a dark universe.
God. Bear Jew, those people. But no, you know what his dumbass said just as I was trying to give him credit for doing that shit?
Who?
James Gunn.
Okay. He
goes, well, you know, I came up with the story for the Infinity Gauntlets and in the Infinity Stones in like 3 minutes. Yeah, it was. We were at the writers' room, and I just kind of came up with some stuff, and that's what it turned out to be. It's like, bro, the story is written for you. You came in and directed someone else's story. Did you fucking put your own creative stamp on things?
Does he mean like he came in there and was like, this is how we're going to do it? Is that what he meant?
Guess what? If that's what he means, that's how he should have said it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as fucking Black Panther when they go, this woman created Wakanda. You go, no, she brought it to life in the movie, which is an equally cool thing. or almost as cool. Creating it means sitting down and a blank fucking sheet of paper and coming up with something out of nothing. Yeah. It doesn't mean having 50 years of something existing and then being like, oh, yeah, this is how we would do it in real life and make it look like that.
Yes.
No one did that for Doctor Strange where they go, oh, they invented parallel universes. It's like, no, because Steve Ditko sat down prior to fucking no acid, sober as a bird, no friends, and sat down and was like, what would another universe look like?
Yeah.
And he created it.
Yes.
That's what creating something is. Changing stories to work in the movie universe you guys have already fucked up. Tweaking shit for that purpose is not creating it.
No.
Jim Starlin created it.
Yeah.
And you're shitting on him when you say things like that.
Which you take offense to.
No one would give a fuck about James Gunn if he didn't pop off with Guardians, and everything in Guardians is Jim Starlin. He owes that guy his fucking life.
He's dead, isn't he?
No, Jack Kirby's dead.
Oh, okay. How old's Jim Starlin?
The 70s.
Oh, okay.
Late 60s, early 70s.
Do they consult with these people?
On one of the Avengers movies that had Thanos in it, one of the two-parter ones, they brought him in to like show him what they're doing. They don't bring him in as a consultant. Because he's excited to see his character brought to life, and a lot of comic book artists and writers aren't necessarily nerdy about that shit. To them, it's like jobs sometimes. Jim Starlin's not really like that, but it's also like when he's coming up with Thanos in 1972, he had no fucking conception that it would ever be a movie. So he'll take it being tweaked or whatever. It's just so cool. That's how, when I saw Batman Superman, and I'm sitting next to my boss, and he liked it and I didn't, and I have to remember, he never thought there'd be a fucking time that Batman and Superman would have a movie together.
Yeah.
So despite it being bad, he's just like,
so this is why a lot of people like those movies then.
Older people that have that thought process about it. Most of the people that like the movies are people that thought comic books were fucking gay for the first half of their life, and then Avengers came out and they were like, or no, Batman came out and they were like, actually, Batman's pretty cool. The other superheroes are gay, but Batman's pretty cool. I'm actually like a Joker guy.
The Dark Knight? Oh, okay.
Yeah, The Dark Knight. Once Christopher Nolan made it,
I remember being scared watching that in the theater.
I remember.
I remember my neighbor being like, "Do you want to go see Batman, The Dark Knight?" I go, "I don't think so." I go, "I don't what." And then he showed me a picture of the Joker, and I was like, "I don't really think I want to see that, to be honest."
Yeah,
with you.
dude.
I go, "Is it scary?" He goes, "No, it's not. It's a superhero movie." I go, "That doesn't look like a superhero movie." And then the fucking body smacked against the window, and I fucking jumped out of my chair.
What's fucked up though is that thinking of like making it such like a real grounded universe, it works specifically for Batman. Like that's who it's conducive to, because Batman has no powers and he fights mobsters and other non-powered villains. You can't do that to Superman.
No. Well, that's why I never understood that movie. I think I saw it once.
And it worked for the first Marvel movies because that was Marvel's thing over DC, was that they were real grounded characters.
Is that where they do the alternate universe thing where they show Superman killing people?
In what?
Batman vs. Superman. They show where like he zaps
down.
Oh,
when Batman has that vision thing?
Or something where like Superman's like in a bunker and he's killing people.
I know Batman has like a vision of shit.
That would be cool to see. Like an alternate Superman. Is that the Red Sun? Is that what that is?
That's when he lands in Russia instead of America.
Maybe that's what it was then.
That's Mark Miller, very good writer.
That's a cool concept.
But it's cheap. You don't need to world build. You get to just
fuck around.
Yeah. It's cool. That's people elevate some of those stories. Like I love Infinity Gauntlet, but the Infinity Gauntlet is very much like a story that's designed to get undone at the end. You can go and kill everyone because you have the thing that's killing everyone is going to be the same thing that restores everything, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that's still not cool as shit. It's just like, you can't put it on the same level as like...
Does he restore everything at the end of Infinity War? Or are people still dead? Aren't they still dead? Or is that
talking about the movies?
I know, but in the movie, is that when Robert Downey snaps his fingers? Does that fix everything?
I don't remember the movies.
You don't remember those at all?
Thanos snaps his finger and half the people turn to fucking smoke.
That was the first movie.
Yeah.
The second one, when Robert Downey dies.
I hated that one.
Really? I saw it once in theaters.
Same.
They might restore. I don't know.
When they chopped Thanos' head off in the beginning of the movie, I literally almost got up and left. Like, I started to leave, and I remembered I drove people there.
I was very confused.
Yeah. With the fucking axe.
Maybe he doesn't restore everything at the end. Or something. Maybe not.
Well, they bring people back.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe he does.
People come back to life, but I think then Iron Man dies, like, separately. But now Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to play Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
And they have, I just saw an article that was like, because he looks like Robert Downey, he looks like Iron Man, so they're going to welcome him into the fold. It's like, this is the most cookie-cutter bullshit, man.
Well, they're corporate movies.
God damn.
It's corporate America, baby. We make.
But it's an insane amount of money.
Yeah. Lots of people want. They love it. They don't want art.
People haven't even liked the shit they put out lately.
They want it to be inclusive.
The last 10 things they've put out have been bad.
I haven't seen any of them.
Me neither.
Yeah, I haven't. I've really.
I watched Daredevil. Sucked.
Yeah, I fell off of a lot of that.
She-Hulk looks horrific.
Yeah.
Ironheart, not real.
Yeah. You don't like that one?
Ironheart?
Yeah.
I didn't watch
I
it.
don't even know what that is.
Ironheart's
Is that with the Falcon guy?
no. In 2016, Marvel changed a bunch of characters to they'd been doing a ton of diversity stuff from at least 2012, but 2015, 16 they did a specific push, and that was one of them, Ironheart. It's a black girl named Riri Williams who gets an
Riri.
and she gets an Iron Man suit.
That sounds a little Riri.
And she's a genius, obviously, just like Black Panther's sister and Moon Girl. They just introduced like black girls that are all. There used to be a Jack Kirby character called. There was a title called Devil Dinosaur, and the little guy in it was Moon Boy, and he was like a caveman type dude. And of all characters to update, they updated like a caveman monkeyish type guy into a little black girl. Every black girl they make now is a genius automatically, despite them being 7 or 18. They're genius. Don't worry about it. But they did that so then people can't say like, oh, they just changed this character in the movie to be black. It's like, no, she's a real comic book character. It's like, you made her with these. No one made her because they thought she'd be cool. They made her as like, oh, see, and this will be marketable. You can, once Robert Downey Jr.'s contract is over, you can just have a black girl Iron Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I do know about it, and I hate it.
Yeah. No, I fell off on a lot of that stuff. I didn't really give a shit to begin with. It was just like, oh, these are cool movies. I used to go with my neighbor. We didn't really enjoy that. And neighbor Al, the comic genius. Yeah, we've been 43 minutes we're at. You really.
Last week, I thought we were at 40, and we were at 20. And this week.
Grab was 30-something minutes.
That was crazy, because last week I had the exact opposite read.
Oh, really?
I thought we were at 40, and we were at 20, and I was like, oh,
Really?
fuck.
Oh, these have been going quick.
Yeah, today I thought we were going to be at like 20-something, 40.
Yeah.
You got your presentation?
Yeah. You want to do that?
Mm.
Let me see the thing.
Oh, you just need the mouse?
No, I just need that thing. But you can go to the presentation if you want. Go to the first page, hit play. Now it's not
This?
Nope. The other one. That's solo. Yes. Now, can you read this?
Yeah.
Man, you might want to put your glasses on because I got some infographics in here. A lot of this is speculative, right? A lot of it. I
That's what we do.
fucking know anything about this, right? This started with the Orsini family, and it really shifted gears into something completely different. I was going to do a whole presentation on Black Nobility. Turns out there's really not too much because we don't know much about these people. Right?
They're shrouded in secrecy.
Shrouded in secrecy. So it starts off with this. We're going to start going into some weird shit and whatever. We're going to start with the Orsini family, right? The family in general, this is the highest ranking Black Nobility family in Italy, Italia. They have 5 popes, 34 cardinals, multiple Canduleretti is a high-ranking general during the Crusades. Basically ran the Crusades. They have connections to the Julio-Claudian family, the House of Anhalt, the Rosenbergs, and the Badhan. Or Benin. Baden. Now, We don't know what any of this is. But I know what you're probably thinking. Who is the Julian Claudian family?
Sounds Roman.
It's a bunch of fucking Jews.
Wrong.
Just kidding. It's Julius Caesar's family.
Oh, I was right. Okay,
They
cool.
have connections to Julius Caesar, Augustus, Octavian, Tiberius, and Nero.
Nice.
This is who a lot of these black nobility families, they claim ties to this family. That's probably the thing to do, just because that's the most the most notable characters in Rome.
Which could be Tartaria.
Could be Tartaria. We don't know. We don't know how.
Jury's still out.
We don't know how it works. But the other houses, though, the House of Anhalt, Rosenberg, and Baden, these are German Bohemian royal families. So these are families out in like Germany, where the Rothschilds are from.
Frankfurt.
They protected the Nazis and their assets. They said to have preserved Atlantean knowledge. They claim to be initiates in pre-Christian cults, and they linked to Rosicrucianism, Freemasonry. The Rosenberg family almost has the same crest as Rosicrucianism, which is like that's like European Freemasonry. I don't know. I don't really know how. It's different.
Aren't they like in the line of Templars when they just keep changing their name?
Yeah, I don't. It's some shit like that. Yeah, it's one of those things.
The Rosicrucian Order.
Yeah, or it's like that's like one of the route, like that Gnosticism and Tibetan Buddhism are like the routes to enlightenment, like regardless of whatever that is. These people married into British royal families, so these people just embedded themselves into royalty. Little fun fact: Alfred Rosenberg was the chief Nazi philosopher and architect in their race theory. If you want to, you can click that link if you want to just read about him for a minute. Look at this fucking dude's thing. Persecuted at the Nuremberg trials, hung him, right? He wrote some book. He wrote a book that basically the Nazis, here we go, the myth of the 20th century. Hold on. The Nazis basically formed all their ideology about about race and all this other shit, included rape, about race and all this other shit around this guy's like book and everything. He was like the highest ranking dude about like these people are bad. These people are pure. These are the good people. These are the bad people. These are the Jews.
So he's one of the guys that got them out of the Treaty of Versailles. That was like that was the shit from my presentation where it was like, we're never going to be able to pay this money back, so just say fuck it and we'll start doing our own shit.
And these are high ranking noble families, like these people. So like, I don't know, it's odd that all this shit, like, positive Christianity.
Denied that Jesus is the Messiah and rejected the Old Testament, because that's Jew stuff, obviously. Positive Christianity promoted the belief that racial purity of the German people.
This is who the Orsinis have ties to. This is why, like, you know, when they talk about like Pope Pius and during World War II, how he like did some
Russia,
did like some Nazi sympathizing. That Pope kind of like hid some shit, help with the escape of certain Nazis out of Germany, possibly help with the escape of Hitler into Argentina. They use the Vatican Bank to like hide Nazi funds and shit. They're a bunch of weird shit. House of Blackheads.
That's what the Sumerians were called.
Oh, you'll learn that all these people are tied to Sumeria as well. So don't even worry about that.
Yuck.
The current Orsini family. This is the Gravinia line. Is the last remaining line. Most of them live on the East Coast, if you can believe that.
Of here.
Majority of the Orsini people live in like on the East Coast. Pepe Orsini is the king of the Holy Roman Papal bloodlines. That's him. There's fucking 3 photos of the guy.
Like a real mob.
There's this photo.
Head.
There's this photo from the side. And then there's like one when he was younger. That's fucking it. There's no video. I can't find a video of this guy talking. Probably because he doesn't speak. He probably speaks with telekinesis or...
Real Jews move in silence like lasagna.
Exactly. That's him right there. Look at that fucking guy. Now, I've also learned there's...
the snake eating itself.
There's different types of nobility, Zach. 33 families control the world.
33.
33 families control the world. And there's 3 types of nobility. There's 11 families in each. You have white nobility. These are your modern day oligarchs. These are your Rothschilds, your Rockefellers, your public figures.
I was going to say the public.
The public figures.
That's what you mean by white.
Exactly.
Not
Not
white.
Not
whites only.
Brother, they're all white.
Well, some of them are Jews, which is not the same thing.
Yes. There's black nobility. These are your more shadow people. These are your heads of your secret societies, your Jesuits, your Knights of Malta, members of the Vatican Court, your Orsini, your Black Spear, your Pellavizia, your Aldobracini. Though the last people, they married into the Rothschilds. This will lead in later to why possibly the Rothschild. Possibly there's somebody in the Rothschilds that is running everything. He's the top guy. But who knows? Because this is top nobility. Then there's gray nobility. These people are unknown, right? They're behind the Arcadia Acrononum Society, which I can't find shit about it. It was made by Aleister Crowley in like 1910. The Rite of Atlantis, which could have merged with this other thing I found, the Rite of Memphis and Misraim. Misraim. These pick the gray popes. That last thing I said, that formed in 1881. It combined 2 older rites from Italy. So it had
the Memphis thing?
The Memphis thing. That is basically Egyptian Freemasonry. So that's a different thing than our Freemasonry.
Which possibly means Kemet Freemasonry.
It's fucking... I pulled up a picture of their like hall or whatever. You know, like if we walked into this place over here, they'd have the checkered floor and some like ornate, like cool looking shit on the wall. This just looks like an Egyptian temple on the inside with a checkered floor.
Solid.
It's fucking crazy. But yeah, that's kind of what the gray nobility, this fucking hat, dude. They basically...
The headphones make it tough.
Yeah, it does. I didn't take the headphones into
You
consideration.
should have jacked in with some earbuds.
Yeah, that would have been nice. This is basically Egyptian Freemasonry, right? This is that's the symbol of the Memphis Masrahim. I don't think you can really click on it, but that's the symbol of it. They have a ladder, could be Jacob's ladder. They got the Rosicrucian cross with the rose in it.
The Freemasons.
The Parthenon, the Freemasons, the wings,
Is that a cross with a like rose?
That's the Rosicrucian symbol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The snake eating itself. We got the stars. We got the water. It's the whole fucking thing. Everything all mixed into one.
I wonder if the above blue was the above water.
The water's above and the water's below. Could be.
And then what's the thing in the middle?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
But that's like a nice little cube situation.
It's beautiful. 2 cubes. Making a mandala.
Kind of almost doing the Jewish star.
Mm-hmm. Well, you come to realize the Jews really take a foothold in a lot of this.
You think of them as more financiers than you do artistes, but
Yes.
they have a way of working that fucking star into everything.
The star is everything. Look at the AI. What was that? Open AI. You take the Open AI logo, you merge it together, boom. Dun, 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 dun,
Everywhere you look.
dun, 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 dun. We talked about the nobilities. There's different types of popes, as we know. There's not just the one pope. It's not just Pope Leo, the fucking Chicagoan. You got the current pope. That's the white pope. You got the black pope. That's the supreme general of the Jesuits. Arturo Sosa. Arturo Sosa. He's a Colombian man or a Venezuelan, one of those. And then you have the gray pope. This could either be, no one really knows who this is. This is all speculative at this point. This is Pepe Orsini. This is some high-ranking member of the Rothschilds. Or it could be the Pindar, Zach.
The Pindar.
Are you aware of the Pindar?
Sounds
These are lifetime roles. You get elected, you're fucking dying in this role. Unless you rape a kid and you got to step down like one of those popes. But who knows? All right? The Pindar. This could possibly be the great pope. Okay? This is all according to David Icke. He is the top reptilian shapeshifter or high priest of the Draco reptilian race. This is who the Pindar is. He's a 12-foot albino lizard, or he's a pure-blood Draconio human hybrid. This person above they're above the Council of 13. They're above Black Nobility. They're above fucking everything. They are the highest ranking person on our planet. Next above them, they're the talking point between the next highest person, which is the interdimensional reptilians or the archons.
Yes.
Some say he resembles King Charles. Could be his real father, right? And if we look at King Charles's painting,
I saw that.
there's a fucking Baphomet in there if you double it and put them next to each other. So that's interesting, right? These could all be the Pindar. No one really knows who the Pindar is. Obviously, the two Rothschilds on the bottom are dead. Upper right or upper left, she's not the Pindar. That's Kim K's costume from last year, apparently. She did that shit. Just found that today. I thought that was interesting.
Nice.
That's an interesting that's what the fucking Pindar looks like, apparently. And they shapeshift, but mind you, they're going to be 12 feet tall. That's the other picture of Pepe Orsini. That's King Charles. And are these not the most reptilian people you've ever seen in your life? These facial figures, look at them.
The Rothschilds always in particular. There's that one Rockefeller. That one Rockefeller always looks insane. Yeah.
Oh, I should have put him on here. Yeah, no, he does look fucking weird. The Pyramid of Power. On the top, we have the interdimensional reptilians or archons.
Which interdimensional probably makes more sense than space travel as far as being able to be here so fast and stuff.
And we'll get into that 100%. You have the interdimensional reptilians / the archons. You have the Pindar, which is kind of like he's a pure blood hybrid basically, and he's like the talking person between the interdimensional ones and everything that happens on Earth. You have the 13 elite blood families. You have the Committee of 300, the Skull and Bones, the Jesuits, the Rosicrucian, Freemasons. That's like your secret societies, like your Black Nobility people. You have the central banks,
which is filled up of the bloodlines descendants.
Exactly. So you have, we'll get into it in a minute, but you have your central banks at number 5, IMF, International Monetary Fund, World Banks, the UN, the Council on Foreign Relations, the World Economic Forum, your Bilderberg Group. These are your think tanks. These are all that shit. That's row 5. Then you have your government, your corporations, your police, your media, your military, all your visible shit, all the shit that we apparently vote on and control, right? It's also fucked up to think that we look into the Bilderbergs and everything and we're like, wow, these are the people. And it's they're fucking 5 on the list. There's 4 people above these. There's 4 layers above these guys.
What's the thing?
And mind you, some of them probably are in the Committee of 3. Some of them double dip into in between each layer. You know what I mean? The layers kind of merge together a little bit.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You need you look into the Bilderberger. Some of them are gonna be because some of them are Skull and Bones. So then once they're there, maybe they're part of the elite families. But a lot of the Bilderberger group is inviting people from this level 6 to get them. That's where that information is being transferred to.
Exactly.
That's hey, here's the agenda for the next year. Here's your scripts.
Now you go down into your government or your corporate or your
on the news,
whatever, the media. Exactly. Everything works their way up.
Little Venn diagrams.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, Zach, who are the fucking archons? Is what you're probably wondering.
Well, I'm familiar in that there's some type of reptile. Wasn't archons the ones that Y-File said made the guy shit himself?
Oh shit, maybe. I forgot about that.
I forget if that was a generic reptile. I don't think it was a tall white.
No. That was when I know exactly what video you're talking about. That's the remote viewing video where that guy goes to that mountain and he sees he talks about the sheep. And then he goes into that bunker and he says he sees reptilian aliens, and then the one looks at him because they're interdimensional, Zach. That doesn't. You can remote view all the fuck you want. You ain't escaping them. The universe is built around these people.
See spirits.
You see spirits, exactly.
You ever have your cat look around and you go, ooh, a ghost.
Yeah, exactly. So who are the archons, for Christ's sake? These are reptilians, Zach. A race of interdimensional beings from the Draco constellation. Now, if we look at the Draco constellation, we see the Big Dipper, we see the Little Dipper. The one that goes in between that is the snake, the Draco, the dragon, right? That's apparently where they're from. Little fun fact, that's where the North Star was. Because the North Star is in Polaris, which is in the Little Dipper, I believe. We used to be aligned more towards the Draco in the last procession or not procession, the last age, not age, the entire thing, the 25,000 years or whatever.
Procession.
They have the procession of the equinox, right? We're in whatever age. If you did a full cycle backwards, because the tilt or whatever the fuck,
great year or whatever the fuck.
yeah, it was in Draco.
It.
Yeah, exactly. These reptilians exist in a different vibrational reality. They're in the lower fourth dimension. They can't exist in our physical realm, so they use hybrid bloodlines or possess humans, right? This got me thinking. I wonder if, you know, when they talk about like possession, like exorcists and shit like that.
Demons.
What if those are just rogue reptilians just wanting to fuck around? And they possess somebody and they're like, "Oh, your god is fake."
Especially if demons come from religion and all religion is just talking about these guys.
Yeah. Or maybe their possession is rogue reptilians trying to warn people, maybe for the good. They're like, "Your god is fake. Don't listen to Jesus." And it's like, oh well, maybe they're right because it's all a control system. Anyways,
So you're saying good reptilians?
I don't know. Either way, they could be good, they could be bad. Who knows what the weird possession stories are?
It's also, you know how in school you'd have the kids that be like, "Well, I would never be a Nazi," and it's like not by choice, obviously, dickhead.
Yeah,
like
no shit.
But when they put a gun to your family's head and you go, "You gonna put the uniform on?" Yeah, I guess so.
It's like, yeah.
I feel like you could wake all those people up by being like, "Well, the reptiles are coming," and everyone would be like, "Oh, we gotta kill them all." It's like, wait. Not all the reptiles must be bad, right? Like, we can't just judge someone by their species, right?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah.
That's racist.
I'm sure there's good reptiles.
There has to be good reptiles. Or there isn't.
We can't just blanket bomb them. We have to, talk to them. We'll figure out which ones are good. Once they possess you, don't freak out. Let them say their piece.
Let them talk. Let them see what's happening. That's what Aleister Crowley says. You're supposed to,
a lot of things.
When you feel spirits, you're supposed to. This is what they talked about on War Mode. When you feel, they teach, and this is what they were teaching Bill at the
Institute.
It's the Institute at the Dream Place, where they're like, if you feel a spirit, you're supposed to ask, "Where are you? What are you from? What do you want?" That's not what you're supposed to do. That's how you bring these people to life. That's how you invite them in.
Yeah,
to this fucking dimension.
It's vampire rules.
Yeah, you're supposed to fucking just be
once
like,
you invite it in, that's how it gets in.
That's how they get in. Yeah. So these reptilians, the hybrids were created using genetic manipulation starting in Sumer and Babylon. This is possibly Enki and then Leo.
And Babylon, remember how we found out, we were like, why does fucking reggae always talk about Babylon and Zion? Yeah. Zion just means like heaven, and Babylon is the birthplace of evil.
Yeah. Well, they call the police Babylon.
Babylon's just bad. Babylon's like all sin.
Yeah. I know but they have a word for police. I think it's Babylon.
Maybe, but when they say like from Babylon, they're saying like from the birthplace of evil.
Because I know they go like, "And the Babylon coming."
Maybe, yeah.
Something like that. That's interesting. But it makes sense. These we already know this. They feed on fear and suffering.
Yes.
This is called loosh.
That's why they keep us in constant war.
Constant war, exactly. The bloodlines now. I thought my next page was going to lead into what you were saying. The bloodlines. These families carry reptilian DNA. This gives her better
reptile brain.
This gives them greater psychic and leadership traits. That's why all these people.
It's so funny that, like, if you just said leadership, it'd be one thing where you're like psychic and leadership. Like, I give if I'm psychic, I don't really need leadership skills, right? I just fucking mind control someone.
I think you know the future. Maybe you have abilities to make good decisions to progress your family. Maybe, or you can mind control people. Either or.
Yeah, even if it's not mind control, even if it's reading the future, it's like, are people just following you because you're right about everything? Like, how much of your leadership actually boosts by reptile DNA,
or is it just
where you're just psychic? Like now Washington all of a sudden?
Exactly. But they're also, it comes with the downside. They're also susceptible to possession. So these fourth dimensional reptilians, they want to come in and they possess these people. That's why some of them go robot mode.
Is it because they're not like a full person?
They have that hybrid DNA. So whatever that altered DNA is, that's what
like the half of them that's not human makes it easier to.
They're able, exactly. So these are your Rothschilds, your Orsini's, your Windsors. That's the British royal family. They threw the Bushes in there, the Rockefellers. I've seen Clintons. They said Dorsey.
I mean, that's skull and bones, I guess.
That's what I mean. So yeah, and then also a lot of this stuff could be like maybe at some point one of the Bushes married into one of these families. So now you do have a little bit of that blood in you.
Or like one Bush was a big deal, and we just know like George W's. It's like, yeah, he doesn't get invited to the meetings.
His dad's the fucking man. Yeah, no, exactly. But this is why the elites are so obsessed with interbreeding and keeping the bloodline pure. Because you want to keep that fucking elite blood. You want to keep that hybrid blood in you. That's why, like, when you think about all these kings or all these people in power or like the Egyptian pharaohs, they all married their fucking sister or whatever the fuck. It's like, oh, well, yeah, that is gross. And I guess, yeah, you do want to
look at the Bible.
Exactly, where it's like you want to keep these bloodlines fucking tight, pure. These people make up the Babylonian Brotherhood, right? These are when the reptilians came down, they interbred with these humans. They created these hybrids. This Babylonian Brotherhood, they ruled through Babylon, Sumer, Egypt, Rome, and Khazaria, where the Khazars are. After that, they migrated into Europe and embedded themselves into royalty, banking, the Vatican, secret societies.
Invented the Vatican.
Bunch of that shit. And yeah.
Hey guys, has anyone heard of this cool new banking idea? Yeah, it worked great. Oh, you hear that place isn't great anymore? It's burning? No. It's great. We did the banking. Everyone loves it. We want to do it here now, too.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. The tool belt of manipulation. How do they control us, Zach? Well, me and you both know, and any dumb fuck out there will realize that the brain is a receiver of reality, right?
Egyptians didn't even need to keep it.
We are a meat bag of fucking whatever. But our brain picks up on frequencies.
Well, we were designed by God. So.
That's what shapes our reality. I'll tell you who we're designed by. I'll fucking tell you in a minute who we're designed by. These reptilians manipulate our perception by controlling the vibrational frequency of the collective consciousness.
Tesla,
right? Everything
frequency, vibrations.
Everything is frequency and vibrations. They use the media. They use 5G, electromagnetic fields, the education system made by the Rockefellers. Organized religion. Every religion is apparently a fucking psyop. Every religion is a solar cult, which we
said it as a joke last week, but it was right. You said something, and then I joked on it back, and it was something like how like Christianity is not a real religion, and neither is Judaism. Everything prior to that shit, like Gnosticism, Zoroastrianism, these are like real things.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
This shit is 100%. Fugazi.
Like, it's Fugazi. It's fucking fairy
gone.
It's fucking gone. It's a control system, is what these people got to realize. Fear-based events like war, false flags, pandemics. This is how they feed on the loosh, right? We're in a constant survival mode.
They stoke us.
Exactly.
They keep us just agitated.
They make our reality shitty so that we create the loosh that they could feed on. They use this tech surveillance transhumanism, which is when we like when people want to upload themselves into AI and shit.
Well, that too. I guess.
You want to merge with
technology. Chimeras too, right?
What is chimera?
Like human animal.
I could see that.
And you splice the DNA. That's transhumanism, I thought.
I could see that. Yeah, probably. Well, because those souls don't have a heaven to go to, so they become demons, Zach. And a lot of people don't realize that when you start fucking with your DNA.
You don't have a soul.
Yeah. And you're probably thinking, that's just how they control us? It ain't. Right? There's more. There's more. And it's called the Saturn Moon Matrix. Right? There's a little thing we talk about. It's called Saturn. Right? Beautiful planet. Beautiful rings. Ancient cults worship Saturn as El, Kronos, Satan, Father Time, the Dark God. That's who Saturn is. He is the god of control, limitation, death, karma, law.
Kronos was the titan of like time too.
Structure. Yeah, Kronos' father Time had the scythe, right? That's why we see he's shown as black cubes, scythe, rings. This is all symbols of Saturn.
Saturn, Sabbath, all that jazz.
If I can go a little,
Lord.
Exactly. If I can go a little Jordan Maxwell, this is why judges and priests wear black robes, right? Order, law, structure, control. Wedding ring. When you put the wedding ring on, control.
Property.
Exactly.
Ownership.
In Mecca, I don't know if you want to pull up a picture of Mecca or if you already know this, but the black cube in Mecca, when they worship the black cube, what do?
They walk around it in circles.
In a circle.
With cubes on their head. Which is a hexagon, which is on Saturn.
Creating a ring around the black cube, which is Saturn. Creating Saturn on Earth, right? The hexagonal storm on Saturn is a vortex to the lower dimension. That's what a lot of people don't understand. People want to think it's a storm. It's a vortex. It's a portal.
If space is fake.
Space is fake. That's the whole thing, right? Saturn is a hyperdimensional transmitter that sends low vibrational frequency signals designed to hijack our minds, Zach. Okay, now you're probably wondering. Saturn's far away.
Is it?
I don't know. In my head, it's far away.
Well, that's what they tell us.
That's what they tell us. It could be anywhere. It could be next door, right? How are the frequencies getting here, Zach? Oh, well, look at that. You want to talk about anything? Look at that. Speaking of cubes.
They're being beamed in.
Exactly. Let's talk about the moon. Dying to talk about the moon. It's possibly a hollow satellite. We know this.
We're not. I wouldn't even say possibly.
Possibly, right?
I would say it is.
Let's talk a little history. There's a Zulu legend that speaks of two brothers with scaly skins that brought the moon here 11,500 to 13,000 years ago, right? This fits in beautifully with the Younger Dryas. Impact theory. Couldn't even be an impact theory. Who even knows? This could be why the Earth flooded and this big cataclysm happened.
And they never found the impact. You're not going to find an impact if the moon shows up in your atmosphere.
It shows up
and
and
fucks everything up.
Fucking with the gravity. Exactly. Right? NASA crashed that satellite into the moon and it rung like a goddamn bell.
Which I hear I forget what the debunk on that is, but I didn't buy it when I heard it.
No.
Which I'm pretty good about. Like if you debunk something, I'm like, oh, didn't think about that.
Like when they talk about the Santa Claus thing, where they're like, "Was she Santa Claus?" It's like, oh no, it was Christmas. That was like their code name for aliens or whatever. Remember that? Or when they're like, "He's on the edge of the crater." He's on the edge of the crater. That's all bullshit. Apparently, that was made up later. And that's
why, like the Wi files, I'm like, I give the guy like, oh,
and we accept it.
Yeah.
We accept it. Fine. We not everything could be true.
But I remember the bell thing, and it literally just sounded like a dude being like, "That's not what that is." It wasn't like, I don't know. It wasn't like a reasonable like.
Why would NASA say, "quote"? It rang like a bell.
Or they put like oh, well, that happens because XYZ. It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Sounds like 20 other smart guys said it rang like a bell, and you're like, no.
Yeah. And if you want to talk about speculation, we'll put that on that end. This is something that actually happened. During the Apollo missions, remember, we brought a golden ivy branch, a sign of peace. And we brought
ancient times.
And we brought a declaration of peace from a bunch of world leaders that was on a fucking silica disc that was like micro printed on. And it's just messages from world leaders discussing peace. Peace for who? Who the fuck is that for?
Because it's not like that satellite that you sent off, that Carl Sagan sent off with like, this is what humans are like. Remember that thing?
Yeah,
that's
with like a golden disc and everything. Yeah,
because that's like, ooh, this might find someone.
Yeah.
This is like,
we brought
someone's there.
Someone's there. Yeah. Hey. We're good now. Please help us. Yeah, we're good. Hey, right? The artificial light from the moon affects our DNA, our behavior, our hormones. And it's the perfect size, Zach. We've talked about this. It's a perfect size. It's a perfect size between us and the sun. It blocks out the sun perfectly. They've
never found another moon that has any of its characteristics, whether it's how close it is, the perfect sun-Earth ratio size it is.
Yeah, it's in a tidal locked orbit. We only ever see the one side. We've never seen the other side.
Yeah, so 3 aspects of a moon that have never been repeated in any other space thing we've seen.
It's a little odd. It almost seems artificial.
That's a good argument for space not being fake, though. If it was fake, why not just put a bunch of moons that are like that around? Be like, see, it's not even weird.
See, that's true. That's true. But who knows? Now, how do those two things work together, Zach? The Saturn, the moon, they create the matrix, right? Saturn emits these frequencies. The moon then amplifies these frequencies and creates a distortion, a reality distortion field around the Earth.
Moon's like a Wi-Fi extender.
Exactly, 100%.
Boost hotspots the whole Earth.
Yes. It creates this reality distortion field that encapsulates the Earth and traps human perception. Could this be the firmament, Zach?
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Could this be the firmament?
Well, you know me. I get all fucked up because the Mesopotamians start naming like, what do you call it? Like the colors of the stone and stuff.
Yeah.
And they also, I think it's that Hebrew word, like rakia, that means firmament, and the word means like to bang out, as if like, it's like a tin that you're hitting. But I wonder if it is, because like, when you talk about the 5G, they say like the heavy metals and the vapes and different shit. So I wonder, maybe the firmament, when you say it's spread out in the atmosphere, maybe it's like particle level metals or something. You know, like you're putting that like bad
like they
shit.
say it's made of tin or stone or whatever the fuck, but it's like, yeah, it's not solid though. It's just like, it's bits of it floating around up there.
Interesting.
This is basically humanity's governor. That's what I'm calling it. I made that up. That's my thing. It's humanity's governor.
Okay, cool, man.
This locks us into 5 human senses. Okay? This is what this does.
It took away our fucking extra sensory perception.
It hides the multidimensional universe, locks us into narrow band frequencies, visible light, linear time. Apparently those aren't correct when you go into...
Takes away our telepathy.
Exactly. When you go into space, if that's real, there isn't linear time when you talk about like light speed travel. It's like, yeah, when you travel faster, the time goes faster somehow. I forget what they call that.
Dilation.
Time dilation. That shit happens. I've seen the
the twin thing.
Yeah,
One twin goes to space and he comes back old
exactly.
or whatever. Or not the other guys old.
Or the Buzz Lightyear movie, either or. However you want to run with it. I've seen that. So it makes sense. We get locked into visible light, visible time. We can't see, we can't see as much. We
learn to just trust our eyes and nothing else.
Exactly. It blocks our access to higher awareness, intuition, multidimensional knowledge. Maybe that's how they tap into the Akashic record. Maybe that's what the Akashic record is. You bypass whatever the frequency thing is, and you're able to access multidimensional knowledge. That's
probably why meditation is so about clearing your mind. It's because all your mind is filled up with this bullshit. So you got to clear your mind and be a fucking...
I think that's why the Tibetan Buddhist is one of the paths to enlightenment. It's like, oh, like the rainbow light body. I don't know.
It's too much shit.
It encourages ego-based thinking, materialism, and artificial identity. This is race, religion, gender. Apparently, we're not supposed to deal with that.
Well, it's like when you take mushrooms, you realize, like, oh, I'm not supposed to be, like, so worried about me, the individual. But again, you're supposed to live in, like, fucking villages and stuff, so that's part of that, too. It's just, like, our animal brain.
People used to live their whole life 20 miles from where they were born.
Mm-hmm. So you have a stronger sense of community.
Yes.
So that one...
This keeps us in survival mode. Fear, stress, anger, suffering. This is what this matrix does, right? And now you're probably wondering, this can't be real, right?
Someone might wonder that.
David Icke sat there and made this bullshit up like the Star Trek creep or the Star Wars guy. Either or, it doesn't matter. They made up this universe. They made up this whole thing. Well, it's not. It ties to Gnosticism, right? This whole thing is Gnosticism.
A real religion.
A real religion. There exists a little history in Gnosticism and their ideas. There exists a true unknowable source called
the monad.
The monad, the one.
Jack Kirby was so tapped in, man. Jack Kirby has so many names of things that are similar to these things.
Well, that's what I was wondering. You wonder if like a lot of these people just read all this old shit.
Jack Kirby, I don't know if it was a picture or just a story, but in his basement he had a drawing table and a bookshelf, and he said when he was not feeling creative and unable to have like a muse or a spark, he would just walk over to the bookshelf and he had like all these old stories, these myths and stuff.
Which that's what Charles was saying. He's like, there's no original stories. It's all the Bible, baby. Which we know the Bible's based on 10 other things, but
can I pee real quick?
Yeah. This is odd. Maybe you're getting what I have. But for Christ's sake, let's talk Gnosticism. There exists the one true knowledge. There exists one true knowable source called the monad, the one. This source, from the source emerges divine beings.
And this is from the immaterial universe.
This is the creation of the universe. Yes, there is the one.
This is a different dimension that they exist in, basically. because it's not our universe.
I'll have the cosmic chart, and we can kind of ponder on that because I'm really not understanding it. But yes, basically, there's the one, right? This is also what the Kabbalion talks about. There's the one, the true one. No one knows what the fuck it is. No one can wrap their fucking head around it. Nobody knows what it is. But from there emerges divine beings called aeons, forming the Pleroma, which is the universe, right? Fullness, divine light, right? We as humans have the divine spark. Okay, we are.
Is it all humans or some?
We're gonna do.
Okay.
One aeon, Sophia, the wisdom, she was portrayed as wisdom, wanted to create without her counterpart and made.
Oh, she didn't do a very wise thing.
That's what I'm saying. But this could be out of hubris. This could be out of whatever.
She's a real Eve.
Yes, she made a flawed, blind, and arrogant being called Yalda Bouth. The Demiurge. We're going to call him the Demiurge. Or Samuel. Okay? Demiurge. The Demiurge thinks he is the only God, and he creates the material universe of which we live in. Okay? Out of ignorance, not love or wisdom, and traps divine sparks, human souls, into physical bodies. Okay? So we, existing in the world, this could be consciousness, this could be anything. He creates man, a meat bag with a brain for a receiver, that traps these divine sparks that exist out in the Pleroma. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that exists out in the universe, and he traps us into these physical bodies. This is often, the Demiurge is often considered to be the God of the Old Testament, Yahweh, right? Seen by Gnostics as a false and jealous deity. Gnosticism started around 100 to 300 BC or AD, and shortly after was considered heresy by the Council of Nicaea in 325. That's the Constantine shit. That's all of that.
Wait. What started around?
Gnosticism.
Gnosticism starts after Christ dies?
Yeah.
I thought it was older.
Well, Gnosticism thinks Jesus is the one, is the...
Does it?
Yeah, you'll learn. You'll see. It's fucked up. Gnosticism, that's where the... You'll see. Now, who are the archons, Zach? They are the false rulers of the cosmos created by the Demiurge. Archon is Greek for ruler or authority. They are subordinate deities created by the Demiurge to help him rule over the material world. Okay? What a crazy looking picture also. Isn't that wild? They are soulless, mechanical, robotic, and driven by envy and the fear of human potential. When they say robotic, I don't think they mean like robots. I think they mean like reptile brain. Like, there's no passion behind what they're doing. Like, they're just, it's this or that. Like, you know what I mean?
They're like stormtroopers.
Yeah, exactly. They're not physical, but they can influence matter. That's just how they interbreed and do shit. When I say interbreeding, they're not fucking us. They're genetically modifying us. Their job
because you can fuck with DNA through vibration, frequency, and shit.
Exactly. Their job is to keep souls trapped in arrogance, obedience, and fear, right? So their job is to help the Demiurge, because Demiurge created the material world. The Archons work for the Demiurge to keep us trapped in our meat bags that keep the divine spark trapped, because they harvest that loosh. They want the loosh. Now the Gnostic cosmic model, right? Oh yeah, you want to keep those glasses on. There's some pictures coming up. The universe is a series of spheres, heavens.
I don't like it for clips. Two glasses, guys.
Really? You don't like it?
I feel like we're a much less clickable podcast.
Really?
Two glasses.
That's interesting. That's interesting. See, I think it ups our
scholarly.
I think our ups our scholarly thing. Yeah. Our scholarly thing. I could fucking barely talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we're like a couple professors.
Yeah, we're like a fucking couple of guys here doing shit. The universe is a series of spheres, heavens, with Earth in the center. Right?
Oh, Earth is a sphere now?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Who the fuck knows what anything is? Each sphere is rolled by an archon. Okay? The 7 classical planets, the Sun, Mercury, Venus, the Moon, Jupiter, Saturn.
The ones that are depicted on Sumerian reliefs.
Exactly. All the classical.
The ones that the old people have knowledge of somehow.
Exactly, yes. Each one of those is ruled by an archon. Each sphere acts like a shield between us and the one. So there's layers. It's not like we have the one universe and there's all these archons guarding us. We're in this sphere that's ruled by one. And then there's another sphere around us, and then there's another sphere and another sphere and another sphere. I don't know if that's why I don't know. I don't know how that works. But we see this beautiful picture, which just Pythagorean cosmic morphology. And I don't know how to decipher it, but we see
saying for each element there's a shape and a god.
Or we're seeing yes, exactly. For each element there's
Or it only says God for the one. There's the Gaia, the Titan of Earth. But the other ones don't have a god next to it. They just have the shape.
Yeah. I couldn't really figure out what any of it meant. I have some more pictures here. The one on the right made the most sense to me, where you have the all, which is the outer layer. You have the aeons, which is the universe. You have the yellow circle of light, the blue circle of darkness. You have paradise.
Eden.
You have a Leviathan.
The world snake from Norse mythology.
Yes. You have all the classical planets. Is that Baphomet?
Behemoth.
Behemoth. You have Earth, and then the
Tartarus, the hell of Greek mythology.
Yeah. So you have that. I don't know if each one of those layers is the sphere, and that's why it's the barrier, so we can't get out to the one. We can never reach that because we're fucking trapped here. And then there's this one on the other side that I can't even begin to wrap my head around. But you have like the elements on the bottom. You have the fallen, Adam and Eve.
Yeah, I don't know what type of fucking like program they give to schizophrenic people that lets them make nice charts like that.
Dude, it's incredible. How do we we can't make this shit.
I know.
We've been looking for shit like this. You have the 7 planets. I don't, and then yeah, I can't even begin.
Jupiter's Hamas. Come on.
Think about that. Come on. What are we doing?
The moon is Abel.
Mercury is Cain.
Damn, so Mercury, not well thought of. You don't hear much about Mercury.
Mm-mm. The bastard planet.
The middle child.
But yeah, you could stare at this for an hour and we still wouldn't fucking get anything.
I don't know. Yeah, what I'm supposed to
check that out.
I like that.
That's the creation of the material universe, baby.
The world tree with the snake.
Look at it in the center, the flaming wheel. Remember in what is it, Leviticus? The flaming wheels?
I don't remember which book it is, but yeah, I know that's one of the go-to.
The yin yang is in the middle.
The yin yang might be the best symbol.
It's incredible.
I would say the swastika if it didn't have so much baggage. Swastika might be number 2 minus its baggage, but I think yin yang is the number 1 symbol.
Especially when what's his face? Who's that philosopher guy?
Lao Tzu.
No, not the fuck that dude.
Okay, Christ.
No, the white from more recent. Not Carl Jung, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, Carl Jung.
No, not him. The
Freud.
No, Bonky always liked him.
A psychologist that Bonk liked?
I don't know. He's a psychologist. He talked about like Tibetan Buddhism and shit.
Oh, Alan Watts?
Alan Watts.
Yeah.
He talks about that thing. He has a cool video about that.
Alan Watts is great.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Some white guy that like learned. He does for Buddhism what we try to do with different religions, where it's like, yeah, I put the work in to understand this shit so I can explain it to other white people that I know aren't going to put the work in.
Yeah, to understand any of this. Like, it's cool. Like, listen to this. It's cool. This is another picture you could. I want this on canvas on my wall. This is beautiful.
Does it end there? Like that's all. It feels like it keeps going.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a more expanded image. I would hope so.
Right,
it'd be beautiful.
I was thinking about getting some art pieces. I watched a video about a painting and I was like, that's kind of cool. And then
100%.
I started thinking about buying paintings. I'm like, you don't have a job. Like you don't get to buy art.
Yeah, you can't buy art right now. That's for when you're rich. There's a beautiful, like some like biblical paintings are beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Well, especially now that we've like done some research and we're like, wow, we know, like before you look at this and you're like, who gives a fuck? Now you got some background knowledge. You look in, you're like, wow.
Oh, you recognize some of the symbols now. Before, it's just like kind of random hodgepodge of bullshit is all
Who
this.
gives a fuck about this?
Now it's like, oh, the snake, the tree.
This one's hard to read, but there's some Jew writing up top.
Mm-hmm.
You have some angels that look like they're flying around. You have, again, the layers of all the classical planets. You have some alchemy shit. You have the zodiac wheel in there. And then you have the alchemy wheel. And you have some shit in the middle. Again, you can look at this for 3 hours and still not understand anything about it. But let's talk about the Gnostic books. This is where it kind of ties into Christianity. They found the Nag Hammadi library, found in 1945. Once the Council of Nicaea happened, they started burning all these Gnostic books. So nobody really understood any of this shit. They kind of burned it all, and they didn't really give a fuck anymore. Until it was uncovered. They had a bunch of hidden books. They have the... how would you say that?
Apocryphon.
The Apocryphon of John. This is a full account of the Demiurge, creation of the Anons, and including Sophia. You have the Gospel of Thomas, the collections of sayings of Jesus, non-dual mystic teachings encouraging inner discovery, not worship. The Gospel of Mary, Mary Magdalene, Jesus's little hoe, as a Gnostic teacher describing inner visions and resistance from male apostles. The hypostasis of archons describes how archons try to enslave humanity, but fail against the divine spark.
It's like Transformers, the Allspark.
The Allspark. I was thinking about that when I was making this thing. What's
the Allspark?
What's that next word?
Pistis,
Sophia,
I would guess.
This is a dialogue between Jesus and the disciples after the resurrection, focusing on cosmic maps, hierarchies, and inner alchemy, right? Jesus is depicted as the liberator of consciousness, not a sacrificial lamb for sin.
Well, that was the perversion of the Romans, to be like, yeah, be docile like Jesus.
That's what the entirety of every organized religion is, apparently, is to make us docile, complicit.
Be like Jesus and roll over and just forgive people and let them keep fucking you over.
This goes into like the Samurai Jack origin story thing.
This is what makes me sad. My mom will be like, I just want you to recognize that Jesus is... It's like, Ma, you don't actually even care that much about it. Or just say you love your grandma. Your grandma loved the Bible. You love your grandma. Like, you don't need to have that tied up in this.
Yeah, no. This is a different thing.
Yeah.
This could be horse shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to get all weird and be like, of course you're going to go to Bible camp to my son and, like, make sure I go to Sunday school. It's like, but you haven't read the book. I'm glad you know 5 fucking verses that have been quoted to you, and they sound pretty. The rest of the book is pretty fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
You know, send your kid to make sure you read the book that has 10 rapes in it, most of them inside the family.
I would love that. I like a parent who's like, you got to read the Bible, who's never like really read it, but then they're like, you got to read the Bible. Then you go to read it, and you're like, Mom, they're raping. Dads are raping their daughters in this Bible.
Sons are raping their dads.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Yeah. But yeah, Jesus is apparently the liberator of consciousness, okay, in Gnosticism. I didn't know that. I thought Gnosticism was old as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was old like Zoroastrianism.
Yeah. Oh, that's where I'm at.
Nice.
I really thought I had more here.
I got to get back on Gnosticism. I didn't realize it was tied into Jesus stuff. I thought it was before that. I thought it was a pre-Christian thing, which I guess maybe it's technically still is. But
well, it is because Christianity was made by the Romans later,
right,
or whatever the fuck. So like this could like Judaism could be going on, and then through that they're like, well, here's our books. I mean, I don't know what the fuck that came from, but to think like those are also books that could have been in the Bible. You know what I mean? Like they had all these collections of books and they were like, no. This one gets in here. Fucking burn that one.
And remember that Pope Damascus or whatever his name is? When I looked into the Lusitania and the Mauritania, he's the Pope that's from the Lusitania area. He was on that council, was it of Nicaea, that decided which books go in the Bible. He was like the head guy on that.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. But yeah, I had fun with this.
Gnosticism's great. It's just hard to wrap my head around. So it takes me 10 times to read in a sentence to be like, okay.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You can't read the books. You barely fucking understand any of that shit. You go to read this shit and you're like, they almost speak in codes. You try to understand the Kabbalah and you're like, why the fuck? What asshole wrote this?
Well, it's like reading. It's like having a map without the key or the legend. Or
Yeah,
whatever the
exactly.
thing is. You're like, all right, like, sort of makes sense, but I don't get what's crazy about it. And then you're supposed to read it with like the fucking decoder and be like, oh,
Yeah,
there's all the other shit.
No, I feel like a dumb fuck reading that shit because I'll read it and I'll go, I spent 30 minutes reading a chapter of this book and I don't understand any of it.
That's what I'm saying with the Gnostic shit. I'm like, all right.
I did find something good though that explained it pretty basically like this, to where it's like, oh, that's a pretty basic story. Fucking say that then.
Yeah.
Like why? Like I'm dumb as fuck. I broke it down pretty decently. Like I'm sure there is a lot more to it, but it is weird to think like Mary Magdalene and all these biblical figures that you really don't really hear about have ties to Gnosticism and all this, and it's like, oh well, why were those books ripped out of the Bible?
That's why I get weirded out by those like Bible scholars that don't really care about the side stuff. They're like, well, you know, it was left out for a reason. It's like, yeah, because it's not like Jesus was the one picking what books go in there. So when you say like for a reason, it's like, yeah, some guys' motivations that were probably selfish, right? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't
like everything else in the fucking world.
Yeah. But like maybe in their head, since it is like the church doing it, it's like, well, obviously the church would know best.
Yeah.
And it's like the church that fucks kids.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so.
But it's also like if the Bible is this crazy like holy book, right? Wouldn't you want all of it? Like what? So what is that then? What are these other things?
Because even if you wanted to put an
is that
asterisk
just fan
next
fiction?
to it,
Is that just fan fiction?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what?
I'm sure there's I know some of it they say is like redundant, so it's just kicking it out for that reason. It's like, all right, that's fair, but
filler.
if it's full, I mean, you left in a lot of filler in Genesis. A lot of that made the cut, so it's hard for me to imagine what you guys were chopping off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. That was my little presentation I've been working on.
It's just so tough. Because as we always get into, like, everything's fucking connected, and that's why it makes it so hard to look into, because you have to almost decide to ignore certain things and just look into the one thing at a time, and then go back through now, once you know it, and check out all the connections.
Because not everything could be true.
And if you click on every connection, you never get anywhere. You just keep going like, oh, everything's connected, everything. You just get drowned in, fuck. If you don't like pick a thing, be like, all right, Gnosticism,
or at least
tackle that. Yeah,
yeah. Because we also don't have to break down Gnosticism step by step, line by line, like we did in Genesis. That got boring. Or it was like, oh, we could just highlight real shit because like, who really gives a fuck? Like nobody's reading this shit.
I'm trying to get into Gnosticism. I have to figure that out. Because yeah, I understand it to that extent where it's like immaterial universe. Guy makes the material universe. All right, I get that.
But I feel like that's the main message of the chapter we're gonna read. Like we're gonna read the chapter and it's gonna be spoken in fucking code, and it's gonna say, and then this and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. It's like, okay, well at the end of it, he just created the universe. Like I don't get why we need 10, 15 fucking pages of coded messages about guilt and whatever and like all this other shit. It's like, I get it. It fucking happened. It's just weird. I don't know. Like this shit's too long.
I guess it depends. Because like a Enuma Elish is long in that it's like redundant, but it's not Genesis long.
Yeah.
So if it's like shit like that, I guess I would read it. But if it's Genesis long,
I wonder how many pages like those books are. Yeah. But hey, fuckers, we'll see you guys later. 151. We out.